Ex-wife got it, I'm afraid.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
Believe! Get the legs going, Jay! I had a massive problem with my helmet, mate.
Hello and welcome to the Cheltenham Preview Show with ITV7. I'm Adam Catterall, Jason Cundy alongside me, and this is your definitive guide to this year's festival.
You say guide, I mean, I'm here for a laugh and a giggle and looking at the races of, you know.
Yeah, you can see which one's and which one's deck in this relationship. We are going to get stuck in to some serious punditry because we've got one of the very best in the business joining us on the show. The one and only Mr. Ed Chamberlain's going to be here to give you a little bit of help when it comes to picking your runners and riders. And
the former Spurs midfielder Jamie O'Hara joins us to the time he went to Cheltenham riding on a chopper with Harry Redknapp.
Now, you all know about the Gold Cup, but do you know about the Cundy Cup? The inaugural race is going to take place on this show with Jason Cundy taking on a Cheltenham legend. Let's get to it. Now, our first guest is a man very familiar with you racing public. He's a man that's going to be calling you through this festival on the television. It's the one and only Mr. Ed Chamberlain. I didn't get a round of applause.
Well, come on, you just said he's the definitive guide here. We need to give that man some respect.
That's correct. And as well as that,
I'm actually learning, to be fair. I'm learning how to present here. I mean, that is sensational stuff.
Why is this one the most special for race fans?
It is. This is like as big as it gets for racing fans. The Grand National might be bigger for sports fans, but for racing fans, Cheltenham brings the season to a crescendo like Champions League final, FA Cup final, all in one. So it's the biggest thing in racing. And then you add the British and Irish rivalry in there, everything converges on Cheltenham, and it is just sensational.
Now it's time for the Bluffer's Guide. If you're a casual race fan that only really pops your head above the parapet when Cheltenham Festival comes around, you're going to need a little bit of help. And our man, Ed Chamberlain, has come up with that help for you. This should give you a little bit of a good look when you're looking at some of the horses and what have you across the festival. Ed, where are we starting, mate?
Let's start with Britain against Ireland, the two powerhouses, one from Britain, one from Ireland, which is Mullins against Henderson.
Yeah.
Willie Mullins for Ireland, Nicky Henderson for Britain is like Mourinho against Klopp.
And Mourinho's finished. Come on, Ben.
Guardiola against Klopp.
There you go.
It's like the two biggest teams in the land going head-to-head, and Mullins will dominate it again, I'm afraid.
What have you got next, Ed?
Yeah. Lucky colours. You got lucky colours?
Yes.
What's your lucky colour? Blue?
Blue.
Yeah,
blue and white.
There'll be plenty of horses running in blue.
Right, OK.
But I would go with, I'm big on colours for the ITV7. The colours this year I would stick with are pink with green spots.
Pink with green spots.
And that is who?
Rich Richie he's called.
Right.
He's an owner.
Right, OK.
So as an owner you've got your own colours.
Right.
Or our syndicate's got its own
OK.
colours.
Yeah.
And he's got the best horses out there at the moment.
And they are trained by the best trainers and ridden by the best jockeys?
There's a team here again.
Or
Rich Richie's horses are with Willie Mullins.
There you go.
And they're ridden by Paul
Is it a little
Talman.
bit like the best footballers always play for the best clubs? Or
There's a bit of that at the moment. It's a bit of criticism jump racing gets because the best horses and the most powerful owners are all going to just a handful of stables, which is why the one thing I want presenting the Cheltenham Festival on terrestrial television are the Davids beating the Goliaths.
Yeah.
I want some stories. I
You
want
want
the
the
small
FA
man.
Cup, don't you?
That's it.
You want some giant killings.
Yeah.
Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
Fairy tales. Fairy tales.
Come on.
Fairy tales.
We love
There
one
have
of
been
these.
so many over the years.
Is there a potential fairy tale this year?
Plenty. Bryony Frost winning the Gold Cup would be the best of the lot. Imagine female jockey wins Gold Cup. It would be
No females ever won that?
unbelievable. No. It would just be, that would take racing to every front page there is. It would be amazing.
Very good. You got any tips, Jess?
Go to Cheltenham.
Yeah.
Meet a wife.
I beg what? Eh?
Go to Cheltenham, you can meet a wife.
What do you mean?
That's where I met my wife.
Seriously?
There, yeah. Are you married?
Yes.
I wasn't. So was I at the time.
So hold on. Can I turn the interview?
Do you want to
here?
get
Come on.
divorced, Ed?
Come on. So this is a happy memory, obviously.
Well, yes. Yeah. It was a happy. Yes, I met my current wife. That is. Yeah. So.
Okay.
That's the tip of the day.
This is amazing. So on a day out at Cheltenham.
It was on the train home. Yeah.
It wasn't at Cheltenham at all.
It was the train home from Cheltenham, and I had quite a successful day, and it just, you know.
I wonder how many times that's happened, where people have met
Oh,
their,
it's right. Right. Okay.
their significant other.
So when I'm trying to sell the Cheltenham Festival,
What are the odds?
reasons to come to the Cheltenham Festival. I'm joined here by Jason Cundy. Why would you come to the Cheltenham Festival? This is brilliant.
If I ever goes again, it means I'm looking for a new wife.
So there you go. Don't forget, you can get that winning feeling with ITV7. Visit itv7.itv.com for more information. You've got to be over 18 to enter, UK only, and terms and conditions apply. Time now to go through some tips. Ed Chamberlain is going to go through all 7 races for us, looking at his favourite and maybe one with a bit of an outside chance of coming in and looking good at the Cheltenham Festival. Ed, we are going to start with the Sky Bet Supreme Novices Hurdle. What takes your fancy here?
Probably put a line through these. The hot favourite is going to be a horse called Appreciate It for the Irish, Willie Mullins, who we'll talk about later. But I take him on with a horse called Soaring Glory. So the line's there for me, isn't it, when he wins? Watch the story, Soaring Glory, at the end of the Supreme. It's all there already.
OK, the featured race of the opening day is the Champion Hurdle.
I'm going to go for a fairy tale. You might remember this last year, a horse called Goshen in the Triumph Hurdle. Miles clear, fell at the last. Jamie Moore, the Moors, big Arsenal fans, the Moors, and AP McCoy put his arm round him and took him in. He was absolutely distraught and it was heartbreaking, and McCoy put his arm round him and took him into the weighing room. But he's back, and I would, in the words of Keegan, I would love it.
Let's look at Wednesday, shall we, in the Queen Mother Champion Chase. What are you looking at?
Willie Mullins has got the hot favourite, Chacun pour soi. The fairy tale here is a horse called Altior, who's been an absolute superstar, has gone slightly over the hill, but might come back. The outsider who'll go well, there's a horse called Nube Negra for the Skeltons, Dan Skelton, the show jumping Nick Skelton's sons. One's the trainer, one's the jockey. They're brilliant, those brothers.
Ed, next up is the cross-country chase.
There's a horse called Easy's Land who won it last year by miles, and he'll be very, very hard to beat.
The Ryanair Chase?
Melon will run well. Went very close to winning last year. The Ryanair's tough, good race, but wide open.
Ed, my favourite, the Stayers Hurdle.
Good race. So Paisley Park, he won the race 2 years ago. Then last year, it had what's called a heart fibrillation and was beaten. But he's back. His heart's good, and I think he's going to win, which would be, again, another emotive one, which would just be amazing.
The big one on Friday, Gold Cup. What are we looking at?
It's a good Gold Cup. Albin Photo is going to be very difficult to beat, but the horse we all want to win because he's named after Sir Anthony McCoy, who'll be standing 2 metres to my left on Gold Cup day. Is a horse called Champ, and he could be the real deal.
You ever had a big win at Cheltenham?
I have had a big win at Cheltenham, actually.
What did you spend your dough on?
Ex-wife got it, I'm afraid. That's just the way things roll.
Time to talk about some of those festival experiences. We are footballer, former Spurs midfielder Jamie O'Hara joining us right now, and it says on my little script here, Jay, Cheltenham regular.
Yeah, I'd have to. That's a good shout. Yeah, Cheltenham regular.
Always on the team sheet.
How many times is regular?
Well, every year.
Serious?
Yeah, every
For how many
year.
years? How many times have you been?
10 years, probably, every year. I mean, it's the only one I go to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not massive into sort of going to all the ones around, but Aintree and Cheltenham, Cheltenham's the standout performer, isn't it?
What was the first Cheltenham festival you went to?
The first one I went to was, oh God, I mean, going back, it was when I was at Spurs, probably. Going there with the Spurs squad, Robbie Keane, Jonathan Woodgate, who's obviously quite big on the races. So we had a team bonding day, and we went on our day off, which was the Wednesday, organised a chopper, and I remember getting to this abandoned airport, and the chopper was in the middle, in the middle of the airport, and we're all racing around, and they're in their Porsches and Bentleys. I felt like I was at the Formula One before I'd even got there. Gone on the Wednesday, had a great day. We've come in on the Thursday, and Woody's organised it again for a select few. And Harry Redknapp got wind of the fact that we were going to Cheltenham on the Thursday as well. Plus the fact we got Man United on the Saturday. And he pulled us all in, started the training session, pulled us all in and said, I've got wind, obviously a load of yous are going to Cheltenham again today. I ain't having it. Not going. Don't even think about it. We've had the training session, everyone's gone in, gone back into the dressing room. You got, Keno and that going, oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? Woody's gone, give me 5 minutes, give me 5. I'll go and have a chat with him. And I'll never forget it. And he's gone in and he said, he's got, Harry, I said, obviously we've sorted it all out. We've got the chopper and everything, taking us there. We're not going to go mad. It's going to be a real sort of chilled one. It's not going to be crazy. Straight after, when it's finished, we're all coming back in the cars, go home. yeah, I'm not having it, I'm not having it. And he's gone, I said, well, I'll tell you what I'll do. Woody's gone, if I organise another chopper for you and your mates, do you want to come in the box? And he's, you know what how he does, he gives it the, When he had to think about it, and he's gone, yeah, I'll have a bit of that. So straight after training, all of a sudden Harry Redknapp's got the chopper, and we're all at Cheltenham on the Thursday, and Harry Redknapp sat in the box in there with the hospitality suite. And I'm thinking, hold on a minute, he just said that we're not allowed to go, and he's in here with us.
Belting.
Yeah, so it was a classic. And then we played Man United on the Saturday. We all played, and we got a result. So yeah, I think we drew.
To love?
Yeah, we drew 1-0.
Everyone's a winner.
I think I'd give the ball away and Rooney scored, to be fair, but. I didn't care. I had a good day at Cheltenham.
Super stuff. You could get that winning feeling with ITV7. Visit itv7.itv.com to play for free. You've got to be over 18 and in the UK. Terms and conditions apply. Right, time to speak to our Cheltenham legend, the pioneer of the sport, Lizzie Kelly, joining us. Lizzie, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you?
I'm very well indeed. We've got to start festival winners, is what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because as you're a little one, you round horses, like you just said, your family's round horses all their lives. I'm sure that you put your head on your pillow of a night time, you had dreams of winning various races and what have you. Did it live up to the expectations? Did it exceed the expectations? What was the reality like of winning at Cheltenham?
The year before, I'd gone and I'd had several rides and I was just sort of pleased to have rides at the festival. And we had 2 horses in one race, and I had the choice between the 2 of them, and the one I picked didn't win and the one I didn't won. So
wounded.
It was like it was horrendous. It was like genuinely horrendous, as you can imagine. So I'd sort of resigned myself, I suppose, to the fact that I was never going to ride a festival winner. I'd sort of thought like that was my opportunity gone. And then I had the next year I had a ride that was then going to be, it was favourite, and I actually had to go and see a sports psychologist because I was so like worried about the fact that it wasn't going to work out for one reason or another, that I was going to mess it up. But he sorted me out, and I got there and it won, and the other was unbelievable.
Any tactics going into the race? Do you look at the other riders? You do.
No, it's not the riders you're looking out for, it's the horses.
Is it?
So you'd know exactly where the horses will probably be in the race.
Right.
So in your mind, you have an idea of like how the whole thing is going to work. So for me, on both of my festival winners, I knew that I wanted to sit like 2nd or 3rd, take it up with about a mile to go, stretch them, get everybody like struggling in behind me, and then home.
Right.
And so I went into the race knowing exactly what I wanted to do. The tricky thing is when you know exactly what you want to do and someone wants to do the same thing. That's when it's quite difficult, because obviously then there's a little bit of competition to like get that spot, and so you have to try and be a bit clever.
With the whip and the elbows.
Yeah, absolutely. get the elbows out. No, I think like that's like the most difficult thing. But I mean, the start is always quite tricky, and there's always a bit of sort of there can be a bit of arguing at the start.
We say argue. What do you mean by argue? Between
like,
jockeys?
Yeah, between the jockeys. I won't give a sort of word by
That's
word
when the whip
account.
comes in handy here, Lizzie. Come on.
No, still no whip.
Okay, sorry.
Now, the Cheltenham Festival has got plenty of top races. The jewel in the crown is, of course, the Gold Cup. But put that to one side for a minute, because I've got a new race for your calendar. It is, of course, the inaugural Cundy Cup. Let's talk to the riders of this massive race. Jason Cundy, of course, the person that dreamt up this crazy idea, and Cheltenham legend Lizzie Kelly. Lizzie, we spoke a moment or two ago about the pressure that you put yourself under for these big races. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, I'm actually quite nervous. He's sort of got himself all togged up and ready to go. I feel a bit sort of amateur next door.
I don't know why she's bothered even sat in there. It's got the whip, got the silks, got the helmet.
You got the famous Cundy silks on, ready to go.
Yeah, they go back generations, these silks.
There you go. You've heard from the riders. It's the big one. It's the inaugural Cundy Cup. Let's get it on. They're on the starter's orders. And they're off. Good technique, Jay. Good technique. That's what we like to see. Keep control of that net. Come there. Turn the thing, son. Turn the thing. Lizzie's up in third. She's going to win the whole thing. She's going to win the inaugural Cup. Come on, son. Come on. Get your legs going. Get them legs going, Jay. Come on, son. Pump them out, son. Pump them out, son. You've got it, Jay. 2 furlongs to go. You're right behind us, son. Believe in yourself. Pump it out, Jay. Come on, son. Come on, you're there, lad. Oh!
Yes! I knew you!
What an unbelievable race. The inaugural winner of the Cundy Cup, Lizzie Kelly.
I'm really excited. This is definitely the sort of most stylish prize I've ever received.
Best thing you've ever won in the race game?
Yeah, I think I'll definitely be in training for next year's renewal.
Jay, where was it won and lost?
I had a
for you there?
massive problem with my helmet, mate.
Did you?
Massive problem.
That is just an excuse.
I mean, I was beat fair and square, but like I said, a bit of a...
Lizzie, what did you? I know that you had a little bit of a look over. What did you make of his style, his technique? What did you make? Could you do a bit?
I mean, he's got a long way to go, hasn't he, till he reaches the heady heights of sort of ability-wise very poor. But I'm sure that he'll improve in the next sort of 12 months.
Yeah, I can't wait to improve. I'll be putting 0 hours in to improve.
Thank you very much to Lizzie, and thank you very much to all of our guests for joining us on the Cheltenham Preview Show with ITV7. Don't forget, the ITV7 rollover jackpot returns from the 16th to the 19th of March. If there hasn't been a winner by day 4, the jackpot will be a colossal £500,000. Visit itv7.itv.com to register to play for free. You've got to be over 18, you've got to be in the UK, and terms and conditions apply. Enjoy the festival.